what would you recommend for a company? Would you recommend to get a contractor, an MSSP, or you would recommend to build an in-house team?
We actually made another video about the choice between should you get your in-house team or should you have an MSSP. So I guess you want more, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, essentially, in reality, it's a case-by-case basis. But I would say it depends on how specialized what you need done is. Typically, the more specialized needs you have, the more use you have for an MSSP, because it's easier for them to maintain a specialized team that can be spanned across multiple customers, whereas if you have to maintain that team, it becomes very onerous. So typically, highly specialized teams, better to go MSSP. Generalists and teams that actually need to know your own business, need to know how things work, those typically are better handled in-house, because they will have time to learn about each of your business divisions, how you do business, the way you need to interact with the different countries where you operate in, etc. So then that made more sense to have in-house people, and I would call them more generalists. They still may be experts, but they would be experts that need to wear multiple hats, and they need to know the enterprise really well inside out.
Okay, and would you recommend to work with two different MSSPs? Maybe one MSSP is good for one field of cybersecurity, and the other one is for another one. So what do you think of that?
That's another difficult question, because it's always, it's the same question of best of breed versus generalist. So, best of breed is when you're managing more vendors that are specialized and really good at something, and the generalist is when you may manage fewer vendors, but they may not be as good in everything you need. So you got to weigh it. Generally, I like the crawl, walk, run approach, where you basically try out the MSSP, you see how it's going, and on the different areas you want to use them, you try them out, you get smaller projects and you increase the projects, and if it works well, then you have a good solution. And if you find that on some specialties your MSSP falls short, then maybe you need to look for another MSSP to supplement what they have to offer. But we do that very often with clients, that when they have a massive deployment in a specific tool, then they actually go to the maker of that tool to provide the turnkey service, or they can also go to a larger system integrator that knows how to combine their knowledge, and they have different experts to be able to support the various tools that an enterprise needs to support.